Carlos Nelson with the Kansas City Business Association, and today we have a real special guest, one of our businesses right here on 18th and Vine. Who do we have here?
Jason Parson.
Hey Jason, tell our audience a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and the journey to where you're at now as it relates to your firm.
My company is called Parson Associates. We are located right here in the historic Jazz District. We have been in business 11 going on 12 years. The journey has been exactly that, a journey. We've seen many, we've encountered many challenges along the way. People often think that you just arrive. No one ever just arrives. But what I will say is the journey along the way has prepared us for where we are today. And for that, I'm not sure I would do anything different.
We talked earlier and you said something about T.D. Jakes. Let our audience know what that's about.
Well, what I was
on
talking,
that journey.
Sure. What I was talking about, T.D. Jakes was talking to Kirk Franklin in a song, and he simply says, "You're looking at now, but you don't know how I struggled and what I've been through." And I think oftentimes we look at business owners or those in positions that we define as successful positions, and we think that they must have just arrived. Well, that doesn't happen like that. And there's a lot of sweat, tears, long nights that goes into that journey. And I know I could just speak for myself that that's been the case. You know, nothing has been handed to me or to any other successful business leader in this.
Tell me this, what do you think the business climate is for African American small businesses here in the city?
Yeah, I think it can be challenging. You know, one of the things that we have to do is to at times get out of our comfort zone. You know, it's easy to want to do business with those that we like and we know, but sadly, oftentimes business that we need to seek is outside of that comfort zone. And so we have to cultivate relationships. We have to network. This city, probably not unlike other cities, certainly has its challenges. When you think about this city, I believe that we should have many more minority businesses, women businesses up and running, and many more success stories because of it. The failures could be for many reasons, but I do think that we are primed right now with everything that's going on here in Kansas City to cultivate and nurture those businesses and individuals leading those businesses to help them be successful.
There was an article I read briefly about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it was saying that the business climate for African American businesses was really, frankly, one of the poorest in the nation. I've been knowing you for some time now, and I think you try to see the glass half full instead of half empty, and that can be challenging too. In my estimation, as being small business, and I might say, every time that I've called on your business, I had this conversation with some people this morning. I said that your business has responded to the needs that we've had with our athletes sponsoring different things, and you're one of the young entrepreneurs that I would think that our whole community could be proud of and could support.
Well, I appreciate those kind words, and I believe it's very important to give back, whether people see it or not. You know, I know what I do. I often don't seek public, support or anything.
Every time I've come to you, you was like, I don't need that. I'm doing this because this is the right thing to do.
Well, and I believe that. If you do the right thing, then that should be good enough. And I know for me, what I try to do is not only make sure my business is well, but make sure others. Because at the end of the day, none of this matters if you look around and there are no other successful minority or women-owned businesses but yourself.
Great point. What would you have some parting words that you would like to leave to our young and up-and-coming entrepreneurs? And this other question, how important is it for you to have business ethics? Have ethics in general?
Well, for those that are coming up, dream and dream big, right? Like, the only failure is to not try. That's the thing. And it doesn't matter what it is that you're pursuing, what it is that your desire, but pursue it, and pursue it with all you have. And the way I look at it, if you're gonna bet on something or something or someone, why not bet on yourself?
Excellent.
I believe in me, and I believe in me more than I believe in you. So I'm gonna roll the dice on me. But for a young person, I truly believe this is the we are at a place where I think anything is possible, right? This city is I think it's a blank canvas, and I think whatever it is that you want to do in this city, you should pursue it.
If you work at it, it can happen.
Well, yeah, but even if it doesn't, there's lessons to be learned to prepare you for the next go around. That's the key, right? Is just never give up. No matter what happens, don't give up. But Kansas City, I'm not sure if there's ever been a better time to be here.
I'm in agreement with you. Timing is everything.
Yeah, and I just go back to a time when I would talk to my grandfather, and I think about businesses working together. And my grandfather shared stories with me how, as we all say back in the day, but how...
Tell our audience who your grandfather was.
My grandfather was J. McShann, jazz musician. But the point is that he would tell stories how black businesses worked together so that they all succeeded. And they were very intentional about it. And I think about that today. And I'm not able to do everything for everyone, but I am able to do some things for someone, right? And I think if we all do our share and are supportive of each other, whether that's in a mentoring capacity or referrals or whatever the case may be, whatever that is that we can do, we should do it. Because our community is dependent upon it.
How about the last part of that was, how important is it to have good ethics? And halfway segue on that, and speak truth to power at this time in 2019.
Well, growing up, as we used to say, word is bond. And without your word, what do you have? And people, when you say you're going to do something, do it. And I think that oftentimes it can put you in a place of discomfort. But if people know where you stand, they respect that. They may not always agree
with you,
and that's okay, because I'm not sure if there's anyone we agree with all the time. I don't,
including spouse. Yeah,
let my wife tell it, right?
Yeah.
We don't agree all the time. But at the end of the day, your word is what counts. And when you're doing business, people want to know that they can depend on you to get their job done. Because when you're in business with someone, their reputation is on the line as well. And when you do deliver, you then are able to cultivate relationships and grow the business. And that's the one thing that I've learned is a lot of our business is based on the relationships that have been cultivated over time.
Excellent. As we close, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good night.
This program is brought to you by the Kansas City Business Association.